Welcome back. Before I begin today, a gentle note. This episode includes discussion of a real-life ocean incident involving a shark hook and reflections on safety, fear, and bodily knowing. There is no graphic detail, but if ocean-related experiences are activating for you, please listen with care. I invite you to stay in your body as you listen. Feel your breath. Feel where you're sitting. You don't need to analyze anything in real time. This isn't an episode about signs, destiny, or spiritual interpretation. It's about discernment, embodiment, and returning authority to yourself. If at any point something feels overwhelming, it's okay to pause. Nothing here requires urgency. I'd like to talk about the difference between clarity and mysticism, because not every intense experience is a sign, and not every close call is a message. Not every story needs to be turned into meaning. Sometimes the body already knew, and an experience simply made that knowing undeniable. I've never felt safe in the ocean. Not in a panicked way, not in a dramatic way, just unwelcome. Like I was stepping into something that didn't orient toward me. Like the water didn't want to hold me, but it also didn't need me gone. Just indifferent, vast, uncontained. And for years, I tried to override that knowing. Because people romanticize the ocean. Because Hawaii. Because courage is framed as pushing through fear. Because face your fears gets marketed as growth. But my body never agreed. So for a little bit of context about the shark hook incident, I just want to share, because if I don't, it won't feel complete. While in the ocean, I became caught on a shark hook, a real one, not metaphorical. I wasn't injured in a dramatic way, and I'm okay, but it was sudden, confronting, and unmistakably real. And what matters isn't the hook itself. What matters is what didn't happen afterward. I didn't spiral. I didn't search for meaning. I didn't feel chosen, cursed, or shaken in the way people might expect. My body was actually calm, alert, clear. And the clarity wasn't mystical. It was somatic. Just this quiet recognition. This is not my environment. And here's the line that keeps returning to me. And I want to say it. Wow. My body has always known where I don't belong. And even in intense moments, reinforced that truth. That's clarity. Not mysticism overtaking you. Where people often lose their power, this is the part I want to move through carefully. After an experience like that, it would have been very easy to hand the meaning away to mythology, to fate, to spiritual symbolism, to deities, especially in Hawaii, where stories like Maui live in the cultural field. And I want to say this respectfully and grounded. Maui, the demi-hook god, is not a force that orchestrates events for you. He is a cultural symbol, often representing boundary pushing, trickster energy, and the consequences of overreach. See, symbols help us understand ourselves. They are not meant to replace our authority. There's a subtle but critical difference between symbolism and submission. Symbolism says, this story mirrors something human. Submission says, something outside of me, decided this for me. And the second we give our power away to an external deity, archetype, or force, we leave the body. We stop listening inward. We start looking outward for permission, meaning, or instruction. I want to be very clear. That incident didn't happen because of Maui. It didn't mark me. It didn't claim me. It didn't send me a message. My body didn't need mythology to interpret it. My body already knew. Staying embodied versus assigning meaning. This is why embodiment matters. Because the body doesn't dramatize. It doesn't inflate meaning. It doesn't rush to make things sacred or special. It simply reports. Yes. No. Safe. Not safe. Here. Not here. So here's a grounding check for me and for you. If at any point you feel like events are being orchestrated for you, or like symbols are directing your actions, like meaning feels urgent, overwhelming, or destabilizing, that's when we pause. That's when we re-anchor. Because meaning that hijacks the nervous system is not wisdom. It's stimulation wearing a spiritual costume. Now, let's touch on something called reticular activating system, which by definition is a neural network in the brainstem that filters sensory info crucial for alertness. This part is about RAS and those "you created this" narratives. There's another layer people often jump to, the one that says, your beliefs created that experience. Your subconscious wanted proof. So your RAS made it happen. Let's be precise. Your reticular activating system does not orchestrate danger. It does not summon shark hooks. It does not manufacture harm to teach lessons. What it does do is filter attention and interpretation. If you already believe you don't belong somewhere, your nervous system is more alert there. You notice more. You feel more. You scan more. Not because you're broken, but because you're protective. And that doesn't mean the event was created by your belief. It means the story you tell after the event matters. And that story can either turn into self-blame or return you to self-trust. So the real takeaway is not, I need to change my belief so this never happens again. No, the takeaway is, I don't need to gaslight my body into environments it already knows how to assess. And that's not a limiting belief. That's intelligence. Some people are ocean people. Some people are river walkers. Some people are forest listeners. I don't need to rewrite my biology to prove that I'm brave. I don't need to override my knowing to look healed. I certainly don't need a deity, a symbol, or a belief system to tell me where I belong. My body didn't fail me that day. It simply communicated. So if you've had moments you keep trying to turn into lessons, or if you've wondered whether you're missing some big spiritual message, if you've felt pressure to reinterpret danger as growth, let me offer you something simpler. Maybe nothing went wrong. Maybe your body already knew, and clarity didn't arrive because of the moment, but it was finally loud enough to be heard after it. And that's not fear. That's not manifestation. It's not mysticism. It's self-trust, embodied and intact. And from this side of things, it's not dramatic. It's peaceful. And maybe this is where I'll pause for now. Because once you stop outsourcing meaning, something else begins to make itself known. Not louder, not smarter, just more true. And we'll talk about that next time.